Success comes in cans, failure in cants. Wilfred Peterson. Every day we train you to be successful. How do you do it? 10 to 15 minutes a day is all we ask, following these stock charts, finding patterns to follow. We call them trends. And the biggest trend we have is the weekly vertical crossover. The last weekly vertical crossover that we had on the S&P 500 was back on the week ending the 1st of November. Ended the week down 0.89% on the S&P 500 on Friday, and we can see some weakening. The high for the week, 332.95. The prior high, 332.18. So we did hit a little bit higher, a smaller candle, but a little bit higher high on the wick. The candle body itself, even though it's smaller, did go higher. Where we see some weakening is, of course, in the price percent oscillator. It's just about flat. Derivative oscillator dropped also over the course of the week. So that's where we are as we end this short week, 4 days only, because in the States, the Martin Luther King Jr. holiday closed our markets on Monday. But that is where we are. Special training for you guys, for all of the subscribers. You can subscribe for free at chartingwealth.com. We've only released this training, I think, once before. It is called backtracking, using stock charts to find trading patterns. I want you to have that. Great training to help you understand more what we do here. Also, our book for sale. You can see a link in the show notes. You want to buy Charting Your Way to Wealth, we'd appreciate it. Patreon members are also appreciated. All sorts of special benefits, short chart training, long chart training, Bitcoin training. We have a special Bitcoin chart that I think you'll find interesting. So if you're interested in being a Patreon supporter, check that out. We so appreciate it. Once a month, we have a live call-in Q&A training session just for our Patreon members. Now, let's jump into these charts. Markets moving as they should. Stocks were down. Not that stocks had to be down, but the nice thing was, conversely, bonds and gold were up. Stocks were down more during the day than they ended up down. They were down a fair bit more, over 1% if I recall, as I was checking intraday. But things back to more of the kind of pattern we ought to see. So stocks down for the day, up for the week on the S&P 500. 2-day chart, check it out. Trying to cross over, going down, didn't quite happen. We see price right there on the 2-day trend line. Very interesting, well above the weekly. But again, as we look at this finished candle, a red spinning top, the first that we have seen in quite a while on the 2-day chart. In fact, in 12 days. So again, bit of a pullback going on. Price percent oscillator heading down, derivative oscillator losing momentum. Go from the 2-day to the 4-hour. What do we see there? Well, we see on that 4-hour candle crossing over, going down rather strongly back in the morning on the 23rd. That was on Thursday. Sideways then Thursday afternoon, Friday morning, and then really tanking over Friday afternoon. And again, derivative oscillator gaining lots of momentum. Price percent oscillator spiking down. So keep an eye on things. Look at that 2-day chart. Of course, when it crosses over going down, even if you had a practice trade where you had maybe sold certain portions of your trade, once that 2-day crosses over going down, that's a real ringing alarm bell. Now, maybe that'll happen on the next candle, so keep your eye on that. That would cause you, of course, to close the last part of any trade. Maybe you had bifurcated or trifurcated those trades. Well, when that 2-day crosses over, again, you can wait for it to cross back up, and if it does, they can give you a jumping in point, but just practice that. See how that works for you. Let's look at the Qs. Down for the day, 0.84%. Up for the week, up actually better than the S&P was. High was 225.88 during the week. Prior week, 223.56. So again, up over $2 higher this week. Price percent oscillators lost some energy. Derivative oscillator also on that 2-day chart. weekly chart. Go to the 2-day chart now, and we see a red open box, pretty much a hammer, spinning top, whatever you want to call it, showing us a slowdown in the up movement. We can also see that by the price percent oscillator heading down and the derivative oscillator now still positive. We haven't had a crossover yet, but again, losing momentum. Price is still above the 2-day and the weekly, so we'll just keep an eye on that, watch how things go. That 4-hour, again, up some in the morning, down in the afternoon as far as the average pace goes. That price percent oscillator really spiking, hockey sticking down in the afternoon, and that derivative oscillator gaining lots of downward momentum. Again, price still well above the 2-day trend line and well above the weekly. So keep your eye on things. If over the course of the next week stocks really recover and that 4-hour crosses back over going up, 2 days still in a confirmed up move, might give you a jumping in point. Put that in your notes. Pay attention. See how things go. Remember, this is the comprehensive review and forecast. So those of you who are filling out your weekly market worksheet, those are available in the show notes to everybody who subscribes. You can find it also in the show notes at our YouTube channel. Please subscribe there. And you can see it also at chartingwealth.com in our daily published materials. You will see a link, PDF file for the daily market worksheet, weekly market worksheet, and trade worksheets. Please print those out, use those, fill those out. Those become your trader's journal, your trader's almanac, the kind of stuff that you use with really important inside information to you, insights, things that you're learning. Do that. It will supercharge your training. Now, let's move from the Qs to bonds, leaving stocks, going to bonds. 20-year government bonds finished a big up week. We've basically had up movement since things bottomed out starting around the 3rd of January, beginning of the year. Big up week for bonds. Now, don't have a crossover yet, so that hasn't happened. Derivative oscillator just barely negative, but watch. You may have a weekly vertical crossover at the end of this next week. When bonds start going up and rallying as far as price goes, what does that typically mean for the market? Not good things. Remember, bonds are where money goes when stocks aren't doing well. Gold can be the same. So when you start seeing bonds really doing well, doesn't portend all that well for the market. That's where money leaves the market and goes into seeking safer havens. So we'll keep an eye on that. Hasn't crossed over, still negative, but we'll see how things move. Look at the 2-day chart. It crossed over going up back on the 10th of January. And of course, this latest 2-day candle, a booming, way up, pushing through the Bollinger Bands. Price percent oscillator spiking up, derivative oscillator gaining momentum. Go to that 4-hour chart. What do we see there? We see it crossed over going up back in the afternoon on Tuesday, the 21st of January, and just keeps moving up. Up in the morning on Friday and the afternoon. Derivative oscillator like stair steps, price percent oscillator heading up. Little weaker in the afternoon than it was in the morning, but again, no big deal. So we'll continue to keep our eye on bonds, see if we have that weekly vertical crossover into the this next week. Put that in your notes on your weekly market worksheet. Lastly, we go to gold. Gold up for the day, 0.58%. Isn't that beautiful, my friends? Check it out. We had a weekly vertical crossover back on the 10th. Your jumping in point. Some of us jumped in on a practice trade on the 3rd, as well as putting more in on the 10th, because it was really close to crossing over, felt good about it. Now again, that's not our rules per se. You were fine to follow the rules like a good student and jump into your practice trade on Friday the 10th. We had a slowdown, of course, on the week following, but this week, it's nice to see things moving up. The high 148.38, the high 148.61 all the way back on the 10th. So we hadn't hit that high yet, but the price percent oscillator is moving up nicely. Derivative oscillator spiking up. That's decent. What do we see on the 2-day chart? 2-day chart recovering a little bit. See how it slid sideways for many, many days? Latest 2-day candle's a nice up candle. Price percent oscillator heading up. That derivative oscillator, though, continuing to lose momentum. We'll keep an eye on that. 4-hour chart, look at how beautiful things are. Spiking above on Thursday afternoon, the Bollinger Band also on Friday morning and Friday afternoon, a booming. And of course, we had that crossover on the 4-hour chart on Friday morning. Finally, the 4-hour chart crossed over. And again, pulling away a little bit from the red signal line that afternoon. Folks, that's where we are. Our gold trade still moving along. Thank you so much for being with us. We always appreciate hearing from you. cw@chartingwealth.com. You want to help us out here with all of the expenses at the show. We sure appreciate that from our Patreon supporters and those who purchase our book, Charting Your Way to Wealth. Hope that you have a fabulous weekend, 10 to 15 minutes a day. I say it every day because it's so critically important if you want to learn how this works. 10 to 15 minutes a day. God bless, my friends. All the best from the whole team at Charting Wealth World Headquarters.